We're back on live. Crazy week. It's been it's been super fun.
Mhm.
We're hoping that Grant will pop on. But we definitely really wanted to recap the weekend and just I don't know, say so many thank yous because it's been a really cool ride and um I don't know if people know how crazy it is to do this and to get to 500 subscribers, but it's really cool and everybody that helped us, like, if we don't name you right out the gate, like, just stay for the whole thing. We'll name you the whole way. And again, let's go. Well, we'll start real early. Kenneth the lap, dude. Appreciate you, all the help
Mhm.
that you've given us. Jeff Birchfield, dude.
Number 1.
Yeah, like our day one, number one.
Day 1. Jeffrey Birch, very special to kind of celebrate this with you. You have been the first one to come and support us from the very, very beginning when it was just you in the chat and
Yeah.
all your feedback and taking the time to talk to us, DM and FaceTime and all the type of stuff. And just, we really, really appreciate your feedback and your support. And you've been here since day 1. So we have a very special place in our heart for you and just appreciate every single thing that you've done for us. So very, very big shout out and thank you to Jeffrey.
Wad Zombie, you too, bro, especially on Instagram. Appreciate you so
Yeah.
much. I remember I feel like I was trying to get that last Colton Mertens card. I really did. And I DM'd you and I was like, yo, and you were like, hey, someone didn't like pay for it or collect it or did whatever they did.
Mhm.
And you were like, I'll send it to you. And you sent me that. And yo, thank you. Appreciate
Mhm.
you. Super cool.
Mhm.
And without further ado, dude that wants to help us kind of talk about this is Grant from at Kipping It Real. I always
Yep.
say it wrong, bro. My bad. I want to say like keep it for real or keep it for real or something for real, but um, keeping it keeping it real CrossFit, dude. Grant, thanks for coming on.
Got him?
What's
There he
up?
Yes.
It is so weird being on the other end.
Yeah, right?
I was even late, but the funny thing is that I had let you know that since it's still my working hours are very flexible, and I'd said there's a small chance that something will come up. And the most important thing that can happen in my job is like I'm a recruiter, so you get a job offer that you have to do and send them out a bunch of stuff. And I literally just had that happen, which is great, but made me a little bit late. So sorry.
No, you're good, man. You're
No
good. You're
worries.
good. You're
No
good.
worries. We're just happy that you're here.
Yeah.
So thanks for
Can you
Uh,
guys can you
coming out.
guys hear me all right? I've got the mic back a little bit so that I can kind
yeah,
of sit back and relax on this one.
yeah. No, you're fine.
Yeah, you're
All right.
good. You sound good.
Kenneth Delap Grant is a sexy bald Bill Grunler.
You don't know what's under here. In fact, I've looked. If you look at my recent videos, I've actually noticed there's some hair.
Oh, don't worry. We're gonna look at some of them.
Oh,
Um, so don't worry. But we really wanted to really start out the show and just like everybody that has been here, like, and I want to mention Jody, Judy, like Corey, like
Yeah.
Corey's on.
some dudes that have really been here from Jump Street. Just want to say thank you so much. Um, there's 500 subscribers. Like, dude, I know it doesn't sound crazy, but it is crazy.
Oh, it is.
And for you to be there with us this weekend, you were really there with us a lot this weekend, and I definitely appreciate it.
Mm.
And the fact that you cared that much, just like, I mean, you've been around, we've been talking for a long
Yeah.
time,
Yeah.
but it's been very cool that you've been here. And I just can't. I want to be like Vindicate, HGR,
Yep.
CBD. Like I can't. Not,
Everybody that's come
yeah,
on,
like
Caleb, Sevon, all of our guests, everybody's been so
and
cool.
I actually called Sevon to say
Yep.
thank you that night.
Yep.
Just like Bill Grunler, like everybody. It's we'll get into it as
Yeah.
it goes, but
well, I want to say just to you, Grant, thank you so much for the final push. Like I know she kind of touched on it very like
Yeah.
no, I
like,
was go yeah.
but like it meant a lot to us for you and me. It's me, Mwad, right? That's who else
Yep.
shared.
Yep.
For you guys to just really share and it's just another reminder that you get to choose how you show up in a space like this. And just because someone else is succeeding doesn't mean that they're stepping on any toes and doesn't mean they're taking from somebody else.
Yeah.
And I think that being in this particular podcast space, because as many people know, like this was her dream. This was her vision. And of course, as her partner and wife, she's like, let's go. And I wasn't always so let's go. Kicking and screaming might be a better word to say, but like this was her vision. And now seeing how far that we have come together and how hard that she's pushed and the gratitude and the camaraderie and the let's all do this together from you and from Mimwad and Wad Zombie and Sevon or whatever. So I just want to say thank you to all of you guys for believing in her, believing in us, believing in this, and really just pushing us to that 500 because we've been itching there for a little while. So I just wanted to personally say thank you to you.
Yeah, I mean, it's a big deal. Like, I don't think I realized how big of a deal it was until I just recently in the last 2 months started doing stuff on YouTube. I don't have a desire to do all comedic stuff. I do like learning the professional side of the sport, very new to it, but interacting with people, things like that. And as soon as you go on YouTube, you realize, well, at least for me, I'm like, oh, this isn't like Instagram where you can see these huge, you have one good video and somebody shares it. And like, I've got, 50 or 100 followers in a day. It is not like that on YouTube. Like 500 is a big deal.
Getting people from one platform to another platform is definitely difficult. And if you don't have word of mouth, like it's crazy. And so for, like even Wooly Meemeth, like when he came on, he like shouted us out a million times.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, and like when you did it, when Sevon did it for Kill Taylor for us, like it was monumental. And well, hold on, I want to get to this, but hey, Jump Ship, I definitely want to have you on the show too.
So slide into her DMs.
I'm gonna slide into your DMs, but don't think there's just random lesbians sliding into your DMs. But congrats, guys. It's hard grinding. Yeah, I mean, it is like you don't really understand. Like you get 30 followers and you're pumped. You get like then all of a sudden you see like 50, 60, and they go up and down, right? Like you'll get 60 and then it'll be 55, and then you're like, oh, 58, and then you're like, okay, cool, like whatever.
Great.
You know what I mean? Like
when I lose one, it's like I'm like, no, who did it?
Who did it? Who left? And yep.
Kenneth the Lap did I lost it, but did Sevon answer? Yeah, Sevon answered me, and it was really cool. It was a really awesome conversation. He couldn't have been just more happy for me, more proud that I stuck with it, and yeah, he's a very cool dude, very cool mentor. But I actually started off that by texting him, hey, yo, call me back. I'm about to give you a standee. And then all of a sudden my phone rang and I was like, yeah. So
of course he would for that.
That's awesome.
Omar Cornejo. Hey, what's up, dude? I fucking love your like whatever
picture.
It's my favorite thing ever.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
But yeah, I'm the same way, dude. Like you just kind of look at have you stopped looking at who follows and who doesn't follow? I've stopped looking at it. I just if it gets there, it gets there.
So on Instagram, I don't really pay attention to who follows on YouTube. I know that it shows some people that follow and it doesn't show others. On Instagram, I will say that I definitely have a list, not written down, but in my head of two lists. One of people that I dream will follow me one day.
Yeah.
And then secondly, of people like, why don't you follow me yet? If they've commented on stuff or we've interacted a lot, that's just a few people. But some of these accounts have so many people that I realize it's really hard to keep up with. I realized that the other day when I was like, I interviewed Jack Rosema, who's a games athlete, and I went to something on his page and it said follow back. I'm like, what? I'm like, I'm not following him. What the heck? And I realized, I suddenly realized, just think about the people who have, I have like 1,800. Just think about when you have like 100,000 followers. You don't know who you follow and don't follow.
Yeah.
Yep.
You don't care. Like,
Yeah.
it's like what it is, what it is.
Yep.
Yep.
Or you think that you've already followed them and then you realize that you haven't, kind of thing.
Yeah, that was what it was. Like I would have assumed I would have followed everybody that I interviewed. I am rooting for them all now because I know them to some small extent. These are the people I'm rooting for at the CrossFit Games, and I want to see their trajectory and I want to see what they post. So yeah, that was probably the first one though, where I was like, I don't follow this guy.
Like shit.
Yeah, right.
Yep.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Wad Zombie Meanwhile helped me a lot too. Yeah, it was really cool of you guys. Jump ship. Can you grab it? Jump ship, slide away. I will. And then you can tell everybody that a lesbian slid in your DMs. It's cool. Grant, Pops and Palms. Grant, why didn't you tell me you were going live?
Because you work at the same job as me, and technically I'm not off for 15 minutes. So that dude, okay, and I don't want him to say this, but he actually came up with the name. That is, I'm not gonna say who it is because all of his accounts are anonymous. Mm-hmm. He's got a few accounts. I work with him, and I said, dude, I think I'm gonna make an account. I've been wanting to for a long time, but I can't think of any names. You're good at puns, and he had rattled a few off within 5 minutes or so. So the name is from him.
Props to him. Yep.
Jeffrey Birchfield. All I need to know is why are you following me, Grant?
No, are you following?
Am I not? I think I am. So I'll have to check. Now I feel bad.
Now he's nervous.
All the people who are very active, who comment and like your stuff, or you see them around, maybe it's in the Sevon podcast or another podcast, and you've interacted with them. I want to follow those people so that I know about them as well,
Yeah.
Wait, so are you guys all tied to Sevon? Like you found Sevon first? Oh, you're not? Okay.
No, my story would be I just started everything like 4 months ago. That's when the Instagram started. Mm-hmm. Am I frozen?
A little bit. We can still hear you.
Yeah, we can hear you though. Oh boy, here we go.
Oh no, we can't hear you.
So now I know it's my internet. I feel like I'm Dylan right now because this happened. We had a storm and some weird stuff where I'm in Kansas. Mm-hmm. I moved from San Diego. Don't get me started. But ever since then, it's been going in and out every once in a while. So if it happens again, it goes out for like 10 seconds and then comes back. But it happened in one interview that I had too. So
okay.
Yeah, no worries.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I started about 4 months ago on Instagram, and I only started watching Sevon about the same time. The only influencer or content creator that I remember watching before I actually started doing this was Hiller. He was the only one I subscribed to. I was trying to figure out when I first started watching him, he was perfect COVID material, right? So at some point during COVID, I saw I think it started with Natty or Not type stuff.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I just watched every video probably a year and a half, 2 years ago. Mm-hmm. And then I slowly started discovering other podcasts.
Do you hear that?
Yeah. What is that sound?
What is that sound?
You hear that?
What does it sound like?
It's like a
sounds like a gallop almost.
Yeah, like a bass drum or something. Oh. Yeah, no, there it is. Where is it?
What is it? Is it I'm sitting on a massage device, so long story.
That might be it.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna try to move it. I have I don't want to get into this really, but because it's really done. I've got this vibrating thing here. No, it's
Hey, the people might want to know.
yeah. All right.
There's a bunch of people in here that want to talk about vibration.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah. So there's actually
Well, hold on
yeah,
quick.
go ahead.
Real quick. Willie Mima, glad I made your dreams come true. Thanks, John.
Thanks, bro. We appreciate you.
Okay, back to the vibrating thing. What?
Yeah, what?
So it's
Sounds like a washer or dryer.
no, I had something happen like a year or so ago, like a neuromuscular thing. Ultimately, they chalked it up to they think it was overtraining triggered it somehow, but basically, I have muscle twitching all the time, like 24/7. All my muscles twitch, and the areas that bother me are my calves, which is well known among people who have this condition, and then like the back of my thighs. And so basically, I was like, dude, I'm not doing this. This is so annoying feeling this all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, I'm freezing again.
It's okay. Don't worry about it. Just keep talking until it works. It's fine.
Yeah, it's all good.
It's like the vibrator. Just keep talking until it works.
What did it say? Draw your dagger.
Where was I?
Vibrations chat commence. Yes. Jody Lynn, love you. What's up, girl?
You said you feel it in
Yeah.
your calves and your legs.
Yeah. So, and basically, I just went on Amazon and bought like 40 different devices because you can return anything on Amazon.
Mm-hmm.
And finally found something that I could like wear out and about that was mobile, but it's like a heated massaging pad. And when I do that, I think I still twitch. I just don't feel it. So that's why, unfortunately.
You're vibrating.
You good?
I'm trying to put it on a low setting. But you know what?
The vibrators interfering with the Wi-Fi.
Let's try it. You know what? Let's try it without. It's not. I did that preemptively. It's not always that bad. So we'll try it without.
I want to bring
I'll
up
be
this,
good.
I want to bring up this question because I also think the same thing, and I wanted to ask you too. What because I'm I'm horrible in the chat, right? So Kenneth wants to know. I've always wondered what newcomers to the Sevon chat feel like. Do they feel like they are missing out on a joke? Do they feel like they're included and accepted? I always felt like I was terrible at the chat. So I just remained out of the chat. I'm like, I'm horrible at this. I'm not doing this. I feel like there's a skill to being in a live chat. Is there a skill to being in a live chat?
I think there probably is. That one's pretty active. So I think if it's anything, if I could go back in time, my suggestion would be that you do kind of watch and listen and understand things a little bit more, maybe before you jump in, because there are certain inside jokes. People don't know how Sevon's going to respond to certain things or whatnot. Like he will straight up, if he sees a comment, if it's your first day and you say something, he'll be like, "What the F, man? F you, dude." And and you'll be like, "Oh, I'm never coming back." And it's like, you got to realize that there's a flow to it. Like that doesn't necessarily mean, look at Pat, right? Like he still puts up with Pat. So if he puts up with Pat
today, you saw today's.
Oh my gosh.
I think sometimes he almost welcomes that, but also too, if it is your first day and you throw up that weird chat, they're gonna.
Yeah, exactly.
There's a group of people. It's a different chat than just being in a random, 100 million follower chat.
Very niche. A niche.
This chat knows each other and they respect each other. And I remember having a podcast a couple weeks ago, and a dude jumped in that had never been in the chat, and Vindicate was in the chat.
Kenneth was in the
chat.
I think Jeffrey was too.
Jeffrey was there. There were some heavy hitters in the chat that night. And when this dude, he was like, "Hey," Vindicate was like, "You don't know us and we don't know you. So what's happening right now?"
Was it like a controversial type comment or something?
No, I think
he was aggressive, I guess you could say. It was
slightly aggressive.
Like pay attention to me, do this, fix this.
Okay,
I need to tell you right now.
Now.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it was one of those ones where it was like, dude, it's cool.
Yeah.
just tell us, like, because the phone wasn't working, and what we were doing is we were just saying thank you to all of the guys that we've had on, and just
It
being
was again,
able
it was another thank you show,
yeah,
like
to
legit.
say thank you for all of the conversations and how open and vulnerable and, you know, willing to just share parts of their stories with us. And this guy wanted to tell us
Oh
about,
yeah, that's right, Kenneth. Yeah, he was like, I got a bigger channel than you.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Help
Okay.
you out."
Now that makes sense.
And
Then
so
I get
everybody
that.
was like, you don't know us and we don't know you.
and
So
Vindicate kept saying chill, which pissed him off even more. And so he just kept
That's
saying
awesome.
chill. And the guy was like, when you say chill, it's pretty much saying like fuck off. And Vindicate was
Wow.
like, so chill.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
And there
like
was
maybe dip your toes in a little bit on your first
Yeah.
chat.
Like we're all for having conversations
Fun.
and having new people in our chat is always welcome. And
Yeah.
Like I'm always okay with this. Live chat is easier when the guest is using a vibrator. Like I'm always fine with that kind of comment.
He's always pushing the line.
always.
John
but
Woolley's awesome. I think you know what's interesting is that in the cross, you know, you talk about getting to 500 and all those things. Once you just spend a little bit of time, like I do tend to rush in a little bit and just I'll like talk your ear off right away. But once you spend a little bit of time and everybody realizes that we're sort of on the same team, people are very supportive. And like, for instance, but John Woolley from day one, when I had like 80 followers and he was still Make WODs Great Again, he was one of the first people I messaged and would thoroughly answer all of the stupid questions I have, which is kind of the spirit of CrossFit in a way. You know, you think about a properly operating box where everybody's kind of for each other. Doesn't mean they won't call you out, but you're all moving in the same direction. It kind of mimics that same spirit in the content creation space from what I've seen.
I have really kind of tried to, because I think that of all of them, right? Like I've had that experience where if anybody that I've reached out to has been like, hey, how can I help you? Like
awesome. From
Pedro to Woolley to Sevon to Chase to Bill to any of them, Lauren Khalil. They have all just, they will help you.
That is so cool.
Jason CF Media, like they will help you with anything when it comes to like cutting clips, when it comes to how do you work this, when you know what I mean? Like they just do. And that is kind of the spirit of CrossFit. And it is really cool that we get to experience that, like just running, trying to do our own thing, right? Like we're trying to get the training wheels off. They already have the training wheels off and they're like, hey, let me help you get the training wheels off. And it's really cool that they do that.
Yeah.
Chase reached out to me or I can't remember how it worked. I definitely reach out to Chase. Chase is a popular guy, but I remember I made a video critique and I stand by my critique. It was kind of a clip. It was kind of, So I don't really make this type of content anymore, but at the time, I am admittedly catching up on all my CrossFit history. I only started paying attention to the competitive side in the last year, right? So I'm not going to pretend to be an analyst or something like that. But I basically called Chase some guy on a podcast. I had no idea at the time like that he was the OG, right? And he just reached out to me. He was like, hey man, if you ever need help with anything at all, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, oh man, I stand by the critique, but it just shows you like you said, it was very, just very nice, very helpful.
Yeah, Jody Lynn, Sevon chat definitely dominated by the textbook, typical high school popular crowd. That's not wrong.
Some truth.
Yeah, in the live chat for sure. Yeah, but I wouldn't say that about you guys outside of the live chat. But inside the live chat, yeah, like you guys, you dominate shit. It's fine. Jeffrey Birchfield, that's pretty much everyone involved with Sevon Podcast Network and outside. They really do. They just help you out and they want to, and if they can, they will. Like that's kind of what I've kind of realized is their mantra. If they can, they will. If they got time, they'll give it to you. If they don't got time, they won't.
Exactly.
And it's
and
really
John
awesome.
can confirm that your questions were stupid. Just needed to.
They're a little bit better now, but when you talk as much as me, there's some stupid things that are going to come out. So thank you for your acceptance, John.
Hey, I wanted to get your critique a little bit because you, like I said, you hung out with us all weekend.
Mhm.
You supported us all weekend. I appreciate it.
Mhm.
And I definitely kind of appreciate your comments. We didn't kind of get to your comments when we
Oh,
had
that's
the John
Yeah,
Young
that's all good.
podcast, and that's just because, dude, I was nervous going into that podcast. I don't know if you know the story about how the John Young
No.
religion podcast. Okay,
Let's
so
hear it. Let's hear it.
so he saw something in a podcast I did with a couple other lesbians, and they were talking about religion, and so he got fired up. So he DM'd me. So I was like, okay, let's roll. I'm
Wow.
absolutely open to talking about religion anytime, any place. Like, I'm not the most
so cool.
schooled,
Sure.
but also I'm schooled enough that, yeah, I want to talk. I'll talk about it. So we tried to set it up, and then we did set it up, and then he texted me. He was like, hey, my wife just reminded me that I can't do tonight. She said no, so we're gonna have to reschedule.
That's so funny.
It was awesome. I was like, yeah, you probably should have checked with your wife first. I checked with mine.
I'm the same way. I can relate to that.
That's what
In fact,
we do.
I'm almost in the same boat right now. To be
Yeah,
honest.
for sure.
I'm like, get in the basement. No,
So he's like,
it's all good.
I mean,
I said you can come up out of the basement after the first 10 minutes. I just need to get comfortable.
That's it. Yep, that's it.
so then he texted me back. He's like, hey, Saturday. And I was like, did you ask your wife? Because I already asked my wife. And he was like, yeah, we're good. I was like, cool. You can cancel if you need to. And then Saturday just kind of worked out. But let me tell you, the hour and a half before we went live, he was in my DMs and he was nervous. And I was also nervous.
That's interesting.
It's a conversation. It's like,
Wow.
he and I have never had a conversation like that. Like, I definitely know he's religious.
Yeah.
I've seen podcasts.
Yep.
But I don't know how the conversation is going to go. I
crazy.
know how I'm going to lead the conversation,
Mhm.
and then I'm going to have to answer whatever it is. And I literally told him flat out, ask us whatever you want to ask us. Like, it's fine. I'll answer anything.
Mhm.
And he didn't. And it just, I don't know. You tell me. I thought it went as well as it could have gone. I was so happy with it. It really was, Kenneth the Lap. It really was a very unguarded conversation, and that's what I wanted it to be. I didn't want to talk to him about it before we went live. I wanted to talk to him
As
live,
honest.
as honestly as I could.
Which is like, to actually go live with that conversation without having talked about it is super interesting. And I think that's why it came across as authentic and just really good. Like, all the podcasts, in my opinion, I enjoy them. I subscribe to like 30 podcasts, so I don't get to watch them all. In fact,
of course,
when I see them come on, sometimes if I'm like working or something, I'll throw it on. I'll put it on mute so they at least get the view. And all the way to the end too for the algorithm.
I do this. Yeah,
we appreciate it.
Awesome,
love it.
Yeah. So, but those, so that one, just the depth of it and the meaning behind it. I'll come back to that, and then the one with Dylan that was just really fun. I was like, I saw how close you were to 500, and I'm like, dude, how are they not at 500? This is incredible. But as far as my assessment on that, what I would say is just it's what nobody else is doing. That's why it was impactful to me. It's like, okay, are we really tolerant? Because what's a true tolerance means that you can actually have people who disagree with you, even something that you do, something that you say. They say, I don't like that about you, and I never will. Or maybe not, I don't like that, but disagree, let's say.
Yeah.
And the other person feels the same way. And if not about something else, they're like, well, I don't like the fact that you don't like this about me. So there's a disagreement there. And if we only love people that are the same as us, that's super easy. Like, love is being able to love people who have differences of opinion and say, even if I disagree with you on this point or this thing, I'm still going to be your friend. I'm still going to support you.
Yeah, I was curious about how you were gonna come across about that because I really did. I loved the conversation, and I kind of like me too. I've never had a conversation with a straight dude about religion ever
Mhm.
in my life. Like,
Really?
no, no,
That's
with
probably one of the reasons it was so like it kind of, man, I was just invested in it emotionally.
because I don't. I just I assume if you don't think that, like if you're not doing something or telling me that I'm a piece of crap, then we're good and we're fine.
Yeah.
And also too, I was always taught not to bring that question up.
Yeah.
But to hear him say that, like he thinks that I live in sin, but he
Mhm.
wants me to be okay, and he wants me to like he wants us to find all the happiness in the world, and he wants us to find, you know, uh, be able to go to heaven and all those things. Like
Yeah.
that's okay. And then at the end of the day, you know what it is? It's our choice to
Yeah.
try to live the best life that we can. And
Mhm.
I think that for me, it kind of felt like he understood we're trying to live the best life we can and the most honest life we can. And also, it is also possible for me to understand that he believes it's sin, and that's okay that
Mhm.
he thinks
Yeah.
that, or he believes that that's sin, and that
Yep.
other people think that that's sin. And
Yeah.
that's
Yeah. Something about you can sort of tell. I think what made the conversation more palatable is you can sort of tell that John's sincere because he's passionate. He's pretty off the cuff. Like he'll just say things. So he's not making it up or trying to like schmooze you or anything. So when he says something like, I care about you, I want what's best for you and all those things, I think it's a little bit easier to believe. Whereas maybe with somebody else, the conversation wouldn't have gone as well.
Mhm.
yeah.
Can I
Uh,
ask why, for you, that particular conversation, you felt so emotionally invested in that? Like, what was it about
Yeah.
that conversation that you were like, I have to sit and I have to listen?
Because I, well, as leading into that, I have a question for Garrett. Do you think that part of you was afraid to have that conversation with a straight male Christian? Like just, or you just didn't really want, kind of uncomfortable?
I like to think that in my head I thought that I was ready for it, but
Yeah.
I can guarantee you between John and I within like, an hour to 45 minutes before we had that conversation, we were both fucking nervous.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure that that's why, cuz I've never I like when I went to church, even knowing I was gay and going to church and I wasn't out,
Hmm.
I just did what I was supposed to do and I was accepted and no one asked me if it was don't ask, don't tell, right? Like
Yeah. Yeah.
no one asked me. I didn't say anything. I did what I was supposed to do, and I just felt like I was doing the right thing, right? So, like, yeah, admitting or having a real conversation with a straight Christian male, yeah,
Yeah.
it was a little nerve-wracking, not gonna lie.
Yeah. So I think that's why I think you guys were living out the conversation that I haven't really had. Me and John are very similar theologically. We're like our rule of life is the Bible. And the reason I never wanted to have it, like I remember a girl at work, she's one of my favorite people in the world and she's gay. And so she was everybody's favorite person. Like I still to this day, here and there, whenever I think about her, will like text her. We have so many inside jokes and stuff. And I genuinely care about that girl. Like she's one of my favorite people at my job now. She's since moved on to a different job and we're all remote now. So it's just the text here and there, but I always dreaded that thing coming up. I didn't want to be asked like, what do you think about this? Because it's like, well, I don't know. I've got guy friends who aren't Christian who are like sleeping around with a bunch of, and I'm still friends with them. We almost make it bigger than these other things. I have so many friends who don't, their rule of life is not, I'm going to live a biblical lifestyle according to Christ's words as in scripture. I've probably half my friends don't do that. So naturally, I'm going to have disagreements with them if they ask about it or if we talk about it, but it doesn't change the fact that we can hang out, we can CrossFit, we can laugh, we can meme, all those different things.
Mhm. Do you feel like
Hold on, let me just
Yeah,
pull
go
this
ahead.
up real quick. Living in sin is better than living in Ohio.
No, he's wrong because I lived in Ohio I've told John this. I was in the same area as him, about 30 minutes away for 27 years. And now I'm in Kansas. I went to visit Ohio for the first time. My wife, I gave her so much anxiety because I'm like, we have to move to Ohio. That's how bad Kansas is that you're like, I got to get back to Ohio.
Kenneth DeLapp, I appreciated how John Young said he struggles with lust as a man. I don't think that is talked about honestly as much as it should be. Yeah, I was thinking about that after that too.
So do you feel like it's hard to have religious conversations because religion is used as a weapon? Not saying that you use it as a weapon, but in a general, we were talking about this the other day, like everything is so generalized. So for a lot of people for a long time, religion has been used as a weapon where, and that's where I was always coming from, where it was like, if you don't follow it to the T, if you do anything out of this, or if you are in any sort of, sin or against his word or whatever, then you are going to hell. You're a piece of shit, all this type of stuff. So coming from places where you guys both have religion and you both believe in your religion, is there already a fear to talk about it with other people because you already expect that people are going to take it as a weapon versus just being able to have a conversation between you and a person that whether believes the same faith you do, has a different faith, or doesn't have faith at all?
Yeah, I would say it's somewhere along that lines. Like the reason I sometimes didn't hope, the reason why I hope sometimes it didn't come up with the person at work is because I was afraid I was going to lose a friend, somebody that I genuinely cared about, And I don't think that's a good reason not to stick by your ideals. Like if you're asked a question directly or something like that, you should stick to what you believe. Even if it costs you. And that's across the board, not just in religion. So yeah, I mean, I think it would have to do with just being disliked or losing someone that you don't want to lose.
Because it doesn't come off across, or not everybody can receive it as a genuine place of curiosity and understanding. And like we've always said, it doesn't mean like if you and I have a conversation, like John and I was part of that conversation too, even though I didn't say much, I was still in that conversation. And we still left not believing the same thing. I'm not mad at him. I'm not angry at him. There's no hurt feelings. I'm genuinely curious and interested about how other people feel. And I think that if there's a better way for all of us to just try to understand certain things, I think more of these conversations can be had.
Yeah. No, I think that you don't ever see that where two of the groups that are most seen as at odds would be these two groups, right? You've got the religious groups and I'm afraid to even say the word because I don't know what the right word is. Like, I don't know whether to say LGBTQ, gay, homosexual. Like, what do I say?
Alphabet Mafia, whatever you want. Nobody cares.
Alphabet Mafia.
Nobody gives.
That's a different group, right? You got
Nobody
gay
cares.
people. You got gay people. You got Christians.
Yeah,
right?
gay people.
And that's my point.
Fine.
See, I'm like, it's not just like because I haven't had those conversations. It freaks me out a little bit too. So you've got the two groups, and everybody knows that. Oh, these two groups can't get along, or so they think, right? But it all depends on the intention, I think. And I think John had mentioned like Westboro Baptist, like holding up their, dude, they don't care about anybody. Like, I'll say that straight up. And yes, that is a judgment. Look, so like, it's not good to judge when you don't have all the information. I have all the information on them. So I can judge that, yes, you don't have good intention. You don't care about these people. That's it. So yeah.
To me, it was funny. I mean, I know, I'm sorry, babe. I don't know. You didn't see it. Did you see the thing with where they Sevon this morning was talking about Maddie Sturt? No, not Maddie Sturt. Sorry. No. Sorry. Who's the what the freak is her name?
The fitness person?
Maddie Sturt's awesome. Sorry, my bad. Please do not my bad. who's Meredith Root? That one. Meredith Root, and she like apparently spoke on Brooke Ence's page where she was talking about Trump, and Meredith Root said some shit, and she was like, "I'm just here to speak for gay people." I was like, "Well, who the hell elected you our spokesperson? Like what? Like we need a spokesperson for gay people? I don't feel like we do. I feel like we're fine. Is there a spokesperson for straight people? I don't feel like there
That's
is.
a good point.
It's like
And
I don't
if it
feel
is,
like
who is it?
I don't feel like
Yeah, now I'm thinking in my head, who would it be?
Like who
like,
wants that?
you know what I
Who
mean?
wants
Yeah.
that?
It's it just you know, she's like, oh, well, I don't agree with you here, but I know you're a good person, but I don't agree with you here, but I know you're a good person. And also, I'm just here to protect gay people against a government that doesn't know you exist. I'm
That's
pretty
not
sure
fair.
the entire government
Yeah, right.
exists. I'm
Mhm.
pretty sure we have all the same rights as straight people. I'm pretty sure we're fine. And nobody elected anybody to speak for gay people. Like we're
Who
good.
is Meredith? Is
Meredith
she?
Root, she was a games athlete.
Oh, okay.
There's
I
a whole
didn't catch that part.
she's got a couple controversies out there, but this one was kind of because I feel like she felt the entire gay community was gonna come back her up, and it's like, girl, ain't nobody. You're in Canada, ain't nobody worried about you right now. Like you're fine. And also, too, what? Who are you? Why are you commenting on Brooke Entz's post? Like, like Brooke
isn't
Entz
this
has like a
the
million
first-
fucking followers.
But
Like,
Yeah.
isn't this like Brooke Entz's first like public anything in a very long time? Like I haven't
yeah, and
seen
she came out
I haven't seen her
in a blaze
with
of glory,
anything
bro.
in
Like,
a very long time. So
it was amazing.
this obviously is very, very important to her to stand up
And
and to
Meredith
say
Root
something.
felt the need to be like, "Oh, I'm voting for somebody that acknowledges gay people." Girl, everybody acknowledges gay people. There's not like everybody knows they're out there. Everybody knows they exist. No one gives a fuck. Everybody pretty much is just trying to stick to themselves, except for y'all. So, like, everybody else just wants to live regularly. It's cool.
She lost.
Yeah, my bad. Maddie
9,000.
Sturt. No, Maddie Sturt's amazing. Sorry, I
Yeah.
didn't mean to say that name. I was just trying to. It's
Yeah.
Meredith Root.
Yeah,
It's not Maddie.
Maddie
Sturt's amazing.
Yes.
My fault.
Yes.
Said the wrong name.
That is Jay Crouch's girlfriend.
Yes.
So
And she's amazing.
yeah, for sure.
She lost 9,000 followers. So I guess now that you said she has 1 million, I didn't realize that. I thought she had like 100,000. I'm like, she lost 9%. Not as big of a percentage, but she still lost 9,000 people if you go look at
I'm
it.
sure she will. And
Yeah.
and because all of them will, and Sevan wasn't wrong. Like when you're rooted in that being gay is my identity, and I have to just follow blindly anybody who like says my identity is great, then you're gonna do dumbass shit. Like it's not my identity. It's just who I like to sleep with.
Yep.
I don't need you to know that.
Thank you. Right.
You know what I mean? I wouldn't walk up and be like, "Hey, Grant, my name's Garrett. Do you want to come on the podcast? I'm gay." Like,
that's a good point.
Like, that's not a thing I would say.
Right.
So, whatever.
Yeah. Wow. I actually never thought of it that way, but like it really is. That's what it's about. Like just announcing this aspect of your life is who you are and just like pushing it really hard, you know?
It's tough to navigate. And John, look, I'm not saying Meredith is a bad person. I'm not saying she doesn't love her spouse. I'm not saying she doesn't work hard. I'm not saying she doesn't whatever. I'm just saying that there's something's happening right now in our community that is just gnarly, bro. And it really is gnarly. And I don't know if you can know that, or maybe you can, but like it just being part of the LGBT at one point was really awesome. And now it's not fucking really awesome. And they don't accept you the way that they used to. And you can't just walk in anywhere and be like, I'm gay and you be loved. Like it's not that way anymore.
So they're actually not, I mean, obviously we've heard the word tolerance a bunch, but even within your own community, you're saying there's now a lack of tolerance for you.
Meredith Root wouldn't like me. And that's what I'm saying. And it's fine that she wouldn't like me, but because I'm a conservative lesbian and she's not, she just wouldn't like me for no other reason. Like she doesn't know me either, but she wouldn't like me either. And that's just the way that the government kind of has cultivated it. If you have like, if you don't stand for fucking everybody in your like, or everything, and you think outside yourself, you're bad, kind of. And it sucks. And I'm not trying to bash Meredith Root, but everything can't be like,
It's almost the thing.
It's not the same.
Yeah,
It's not the
you
same as
ask.
the 90s or the early 2000s. It's not the same.
Yeah, you ask for respect, but are unwilling to give respect. So just because I don't sign up for, whatever the conversation is or whatever your beliefs are to a T, like we've been saying, that means, or I'm supposed to respect every single thing about you, but then I ask you to do the same thing. And because I'm asking you to reciprocate that same thing, then I'm against you. And that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that I'm living my truth the same way that you're living your truth. And right now in our community, the truth is not the same. Whereas years ago, the truth used to be the same. Being a lesbian was between two women. Being gay was between two men. Being bisexual means that you like men and women. That's as simple as it was. But that's not what the lingo is anymore. That's not what the acceptance is anymore. And if you say those three things, lesbians are two women, being gay is two men, and bisexualism is men and women, that means what they hear is that you're against everybody else.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So it's not as accepted. It's not as tolerated anymore. Again, I have to accept your ideas and your beliefs, but I'm asking you to respect mine. And it's not the same conversation anymore.
Yeah.
But there's a group now. Am I wrong about this? Because obviously you guys would be more connected to this community than me. Isn't there a strong conservative group within the group starting to grow as well?
Yeah.
Yes.
They're emerging.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. And not necessarily all the way conservatives, because they say that too. They're like, I'm not all the way on the right either.
Yeah,
like,
sure.
We look at the right on a couple things and it's like, okay, I don't agree with that. I don't agree with a lot of the extreme left. Like, where's the middle? And I think a lot of people now are changing that narrative of like, they used to be so far left and now they can't be so far left. And they don't want to be so far right. But because they're in the middle, again, it's that whole idea, well, you're against us. And that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is there's some logic that is missing. And I'm trying to stay in the logic of what I believe, the common sense. Like, it's common sense stuff,
Well, yeah, look at, I mean, a good example would be if you look at the people who 10, 15 years ago, I used to be really into politics. I was conservative and I am conservative, but I used to like just consume it the same way I consume CrossFit now. And these people like Bill Maher and try to think who else. Gosh, even who's the British guy?
Piers.
Yeah, Piers. Like,
Piers is the GOAT. I don't give a fuck.
Dude.
He's the most centrist GOAT. You might not like him because he's got some like liberal left in him.
Yeah.
But motherfucker's the most centrist GOAT. He's the GOAT. Let's go, Piers.
When you hear these people, these were the people that are like, these are the hardcore liberal Democrats. And now they're like, hey, can we all have some sanity here? Like, you hear them talking like that, and I'm like, this is crazy. I'm agreeing with them on things that they're saying.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you do. I like the first time I agreed with Piers, I was like, wait, what?
That was a weird one for me too.
What is happening? Yeah.
I never used to agree with him.
Even like
ever.
And I don't like I don't like Ben Shapiro. But the first time Ben Shapiro started talking about a girl is a girl and a boy is a boy, I was like, fuck, I agree with him. Am I allowed to agree with him?
You have to silently agree.
Is it that like a vagina is a girl and a penis is like, but I agreed with him, but I was scared as shit that I agreed with him.
Yeah.
So then I would ask you though about the convention. Then I'm kind of gearing up for Taylor tomorrow because Taylor and I are gonna have like
they're gonna have politics conversation tomorrow.
Nice.
But like I always wonder, you weren't always conservative, it sounds like.
No, I was.
At least, like,
my dad is like ultra conservative. So I grew up they were very involved in politics. And my sister was a political science major. She's a professor she's been at so many now. I think she's at Virginia now. She was at Penn State, and she's a professor for political science. And so she was always very involved. Very conservative home. I never swayed from being conservative. The only thing that I would say is a little bit different now is that I'm not necessarily a vote by the party. Like, I don't call myself Republican. I say I'm conservative because there are things that Republicans will,
Yeah, you want your money, you want
yeah,
it's to,
yeah,
be
Be
safe.
safe.
You
and,
want
and leave me alone. Like if I want to be
normal
left
shit.
alone.
Yeah,
Yes.
Like
right.
in California, we were in San Diego for 6 years, and it's like, dude, we were stuck in the house when they tried to tell us we could have 4 people at Thanksgiving. It's like, come on, guys,
Yeah.
it's crazy.
Well, hold on. I want to get this question.
Yeah, go ahead. Jeffrey Birchfield, would a t-shirt with the American flag on it that had the caption, "This is my pride flag," would that offend you? I mean, me personally, no. I take pride in the American flag, and I take pride in our country. So no, wouldn't offend me at all.
But it used to offend me.
Oh, well, it used to. Yeah, it would have.
It used to.
Yeah, sure. Okay. Yeah, sure. Like 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Sure, yeah.
So, and that is because, you know, the American flag is now used against the pride flag. If you wear an American flag, you are against.
You can't wear both anymore,
You
which is
can't
what I'm
wear
saying.
both. You can't support both. And now, honestly, the pride flag has, first of all, changed so many times, and now there's like 100 different pride flags. Whereas the rainbow flag was the pride flag that we grew up with, and that
was just your safe.
That was just what
you're
it
safe.
was.
You could come here and you're safe. That was it.
Yeah.
That was
right. But you couldn't have both. And for a while, you know, this was before, you know, we started, I call it like we're coming out of the fog, like we're not in tunnel vision anymore, you know, just starting to look at things a little bit differently. When I used to see someone with an American flag on, I would be like, oh, they're against me. Like it got to a point, there was one point that I was upset at my aunt because she's a Republican.
Yeah, we've had to apologize to so many people.
Yeah, how could you vote against me? These people hate me, hate everything about me.
Yeah.
And the one quote from me from Piers Morgan that hit me in the chest and really got me to think is, how arrogant are you to believe that every single person needs to like you and accept you and believe what you believe? And I was like, okay, you're right. You're right. Okay. because if you spend your entire day, every part of your day worried that you are not accepting me from head to toe, what kind of life is that? I lived that angry.
Yeah, it seems like you'd be unhappy
all the time.
It sounds like it. And, you know, I can relate with other certain things, you know, but I think whenever you're completely self-focused, whether it's an ideology that involves self or whether it's just general selfishness, you might not realize it, but it'll start to make you unhappy.
Well,
when it's all about self.
We were angry all the time. I was angry all the fucking time.
Yeah, as a liberal, you're just mad all the time.
That doesn't sound fun.
It's not fun. It's not. Everything is, you're just angry at everything.
You ever feel like conservatives are now the hippies? Yeah, I'm having a great time, dude. I don't know. Anybody else on the panel? I'm having a great time. I am not worried about shit. I'm happy. I don't care. I mean, and anybody can say like, oh, I was misgendered, blah, blah, blah. Dude, I get misgendered 100 times a day. I don't give a fuck. It's just how they see me. It's fine. I don't care. I say yes, and then I move on with my fucking day. I don't need to make a fucking video about it. I don't care. Like, it's cool. Grandpa called me sir. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's no big deal.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Well, this is another very important question.
Yeah, Willie Meemith.
It's off. My vibrator's off. So I'll have lots of battery for later, John. Gosh, I should have known coming into this. I should have just said it was something else entirely. I'm just setting myself up for it. I should have been like, yeah, that's it sounds like somebody's playing drums next door or something. Anything other than that.
Man,
as soon as the word vibrate came out, I was in trouble.
Shoot, I messed up. Oh my God. Can I show you this? Can you be absolutely, can I just, I'm just going to ask you as a man for this video, gay, not gay. This is usually saved for chat appreciation, but you seem like the type of dude that we can,
we'll be honest.
Yeah. That we can.
So do I need to know anything else other than that? Or is it just gay or not gay?
Just gay or not gay.
All right. Gay.
Oh,
right. Was that too early? I mean, I just thought it was obvious. It's like,
Okay, fine. Just give me the.
Did we
wait
not
for
even play it?
All right, boys night fit check. Top from Buck Mason, pants from Lululemon, shoes from Oliver Cabell, crossbody bag from Uniqlo. Let's get it.
I have a dick, so I'm not doing this.
All right, boys night.
That's awesome.
Is that okay? That was gay though, right? Like,
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. I mean, I just saw the first picture. That's it.
You didn't need anything else.
Nope.
You didn't need
Kenneth
anything else.
laughed gay. He didn't need to watch it either. He was like, I'm
Yeah,
good.
I passed the test.
That's it. That's it.
Yeah.
All right, cool. You're
Oh
fine.
my god, so
Yeah.
funny.
Dude. Oh yeah. You're wearing meme for time shirt right now.
Yeah.
That's the original.
Well, I like the way it fits. I got a couple for the CrossFit games and something about this. Well, it's a Vindicate shirt, so I got to get some more. I was supposed to go up. He was at Monster, I think it's Monster Games, and I didn't even know about. Yeah, I didn't know about that until like.
Oh, Jody, you're so PC. I love you. But yes, you're okay. Fine. I can take that too. Effeminate for sure. Gay maybe. Yeah. Okay. I like.
I was supposed to be up there, which was exciting because I had some friends. Ty Jenkins, who was the teen CrossFit Games champion 3 times, and he kind of would have been on the cusp this year. I think he was 18th in quarterfinals for the East, and then he got knocked out because of the whole box step controversy.
Yeah.
And then I just interviewed Chris Ibera, who took over Jacob Hepner's role, sort of, and was helping around there. And he was like, "Yeah, come up, man. I can get you in and get you credentials to whatever." He said, "Call me before you go up." So I'm like, "All right, that sounds fun." And I told Vindicate, I'm going to come up and get some t-shirts. And then at the last minute, some stuff with the wife came up. I was like packing everything, and she's like, "Oh, could you maybe stay home?" And I'm like,
You're like so close.
Yep. Nope.
It would have worked out if I had planned ahead. I didn't know about it, and it was last minute, so it seemed everything was sort of getting real stressful. And I was like, "Oh, I want to go so bad," but it seemed like the right decision to stay home.
Are you going to the games?
I am. I'm super excited.
First games?
Oh.
Ever.
First games.
Yeah.
Hey, you wanna? Oh my God, I'll send you a link. Hop on live sometime. Like, show us what you're doing.
Oh yeah.
Like,
Totally. I'd love
that'd be
that.
fire. That would be so
It's gonna be a
fun.
blast. Oh, I'll totally do that. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
I get misgendered when I'm loading my barbell to the women's RX.
That's right.
Fair.
That's
Okay, I
cool.
want to ask you about this too, real quick.
Yeah.
Before we wrap stuff up. 'Cause
Sure.
This is what is this? What is happening here?
This was so funny.
No hair. Love the bald. Totally.
I actually
That's
you were going to turn it backwards, and then you were just going to push it.
Yeah.
It was going to go.
So it's Brandon Luckett. It's his company. He does the EMOM company. They do programming. And I kind of sometimes it's easier to react to things, even objects that come in the mail. So I try to think of an idea for anything that I order, or if I see something that I could react to. That's just a fun thing to do. And so the purpose was that's him in the video pushing the truck. And I'm like, oh man, if I get his hat, I'm going to be able to push the truck. Yeah. And I'm like, man, was I supposed to get the shirt? So
That's
Not
so
fire.
funny.
That was
Yeah.
so funny.
yeah.
That was so
Vindicate,
funny.
what's up, bro? We're all rocking it.
Oh, we all got it, do we? Yep. There
Yeah.
we go.
Now my
no.
wife.
Whoa.
Get it.
I
I
got
didn't
it,
get
though.
the memo. That just means I
Yeah.
have to buy some more Vindicate tank
It's all
tops.
good.
This
and
fits so good. It's like my favorite fitting shirt. So
Yeah,
I'm
Yeah.
super excited to get more.
yeah.
Okay,
His stuff is really good.
Pull up, Kenneth.
Which one? This one?
Oh, sorry. Pause. No.
That's
But
right.
That's awesome too. Definitely shaved out bald. Vindicate makes me feel jacked as fuck.
Yep.
He does.
He
That's
does.
true.
It's very true.
Yep.
And then Jeffrey Birchfield. Hey Grant, I hope to see you at the games.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. I didn't know you'd be there.
That's
That's
cool.
awesome. You can I'm sure I'll be on Instagram, probably posting stuff. So slide in my DMs, Jeffrey.
Oh, everybody's sliding in everybody's DMs these days, yo. Like, I'm not even ashamed to say it anymore. Like,
Yeah.
when I tell people that I slid into your DMs, like, I'm like, no, I slid into this grown man's DM. I was like, yo, like, let's go.
That's
So
awesome.
I'm not afraid
It's
anymore.
like normal now, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we're
Totally normal.
changing the meaning of what sliding in someone's
true.
DM actually means, because
Ah.
before it was with that
That's
song,
right.
wasn't there a song that was like
I don't
going
know.
down in the DMs
Yeah,
or whatever?
No, there was a couple, I think, but
Yeah.
Yep.
But yeah, no, nobody, and obviously I get, well, I mean, Jody Lynn's husband doesn't care, and Judy Reed's husband doesn't care, so we're
Yeah.
good. Like, it's
Yeah.
all
I mean,
good.
like, if you think about it, that's like on my podcast, I cannot interview someone without sliding into their DMs. That's how it happens. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know your phone number.
Yo, bro, please tell the story right now. This is live breaking news on how Kipping It Real, aka Grant, decided to do his first live show after I had like
That's right.
tried to be like, bro, you can do it.
Yeah.
And then he's like,
That's right.
hey, he's like, hey, Garrett, I did my first live show last night. How'd it go, Grant?
So it actually, and I don't know if I explained this right. I did do my first live show. I
I
didn't
know
announce.
it was live.
Okay.
Yeah, I know it was live.
I didn't like announce or anything because I didn't want anybody to know. I was just like, James, I'm like, can we go live? He's like, I don't care. And I'm like, all right, we're going live.
It was with Sprague.
Yeah.
Sprague.
And I totally forgot that it was even live because I just, there was nobody there, which I preferred.
He made it at like 10 o'clock at night. He didn't put it in his stories. He didn't put it on his IG. He didn't share it with Sprague. He didn't collaborate with anybody. And then just went live and no one was there because nobody knew. But he's like, Garrett, I went live.
I went live. I go live like every episode I can think of lately has been live. I ain't scared. No, I was hoping for like, okay, maybe if I don't announce this, like somebody, you know, they'll just be scrolling their YouTube and I'll just get like 2 people. So it'll be a nice little intro. But no, we got 0. There it is.
Yeah. Yeah, go watch it, dude. It's really a good interview. I loved it. It was really
Sprague
fun.
is, I mean, Sprague is always entertaining.
Yeah, it was fire.
You can't have a bad interview with Sprague. He's awesome.
But for right now, you're the lowercase G and I'm big G, just so you know.
I'm on your show. That's fine.
I'm about to call you lowercase.
Yeah. Oh gosh. What up, lowercase G?
Yeah. You don't remember that song? You're wearing the MTV shirt?
No, I don't. It's the meme for time shirt. I didn't
lowercase G. Now I'm big G.
Yep.
Oh, Montel Jordan. Montel Jordan.
So was it R&B?
We do it.
Okay, I remember that.
Yeah.
But I was mostly like, I'm trying to think what year was it? Do you know? Roughly like
oh God, like 99, 2000, something like that.
I should have known it then. I was listening to MTV and rap and R&B.
Lowercase, just look up the words for lowercase G. It's like I used to be a lowercase G. Now I'm a big G. Still, I got the money.
Is that from the This Is How We Do It song?
Yeah.
Okay. So I just don't know the lyrics though.
1995.
Thank you, Vindicate.
1995.
Bam.
I was looking that up, Vindicate.
Okay, so
wait, how old are you, Grant?
37. But
you're young.
You know what? Here's my thing. That was my first album ever that I bought from Blockbuster Video. Remember they had CDs?
Oh, yeah. Yes.
I was Puff Daddy. Which one was it? Like the only one that was popular. Was it No Way Out or I can't remember, but it was like 96 or something like that. Puff Daddy. With I'll Be Missing You.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
And then I remember my mom was like, it was all good. And then like 7 days later, my mom's like, what is this? Parental advisory, explicit lyrics? And she snatched it from me.
All my chat appreciation shows. Gosh. All my chat appreciation shows have parental advisories on them because you just don't know what they're
you gotta know.
So
there you go.
So Grant, what's the goal? Are you gonna start doing more live shit and actually tell people you're gonna do it?
Yeah, can we like put your stories in our stories?
Can we like share it?
Yeah,
and jump in the comments?
I don't. You know, I think I'll probably be more. We can definitely do all that. I don't know when I'll do it. I feel like there's something about meeting people in person and stuff. I'm sure I'll meet a few people at the games that just makes you a little bit more comfortable. For instance, Jeff, I see Jeff at the games. Jeff might show up in the live chat, and then you're just a little bit more comfortable because you're like, I've looked that guy in the eye. I've shook his hand. So I know for sure I'll do it after the games. I might do it earlier. We'll see.
That'll be fun. I'm excited. I want you to do it because I think it's going to be great. You're a totally cool dude. Like, we've never actually talked in person. You literally DM'd and, like Wooly said, you asked dumb questions. No, I'm just kidding.
I do. I definitely do. I mean, when you ask like 100 questions, at least 3 of them are going to be stupid.
I love it. It's great.
Wait, is he a texter or a DMer that it's like 6 different messages or is it one long message?
Are you asking me about Grant?
Yes, I'm asking you about Grant.
It's like 6 different.
Ask Wooly. Everybody knows this. I hope Robbie's still not in the chat. We had a group event. Robbie from he's supposed to be anonymous. Nobody here cares though.
Okay,
he does like movie review stuff, so this isn't his crowd. But like, I mean, it's like so we had a group event at work one time, and believe it or not, this is like a serious job. Like, say it's a good job, and we had a group event one time, and we had a game that was played, and it was everybody. You have 30 seconds to line up by when your last text from Grant was, and everybody had to line up as quick as they could. In my group that I was in, I was at the front, and they're like, "You don't win." They're like, "You're in the front of your own group." I'm like, "I just texted myself 7 seconds ago." That's how I keep track of things. I text myself. I can't stop the
you can't do the one long text. It has to be
it's not good. It's bad. I need to get better at that because the thing is, there's no ill intent behind it, but you should want to give people an opportunity to respond. But at the same time, I'm a little bit scatterbrained. So sometimes I'm afraid that I'll forget what I was going to say. Exactly.
Yeah.
I hear you. All right, guys. It was a fun night. Thank you, Grant, for coming on so that we could say thank you to everybody. We really do appreciate it.
Definitely come hang out with us again.
It's been a cool week. Yeah, you can come hang out with us anytime. And if you're at the games and you want a link, I'll send you a link.
We'll do it.
And say whatever.
Yeah.
It was really cool. All of your links are in our description. So if you haven't followed Kipping It Real, please go follow him. His IG is hysterical and his YouTube is phenomenal. Sevon does that and it drives me crazy. I don't know what that means.
He does the one bubble at a time.
Oh yeah, he does do that. Yeah,
a friend of mine will just put put one word and then start. I'm like, just put the word together.
Kenneth, thank you so much. We appreciate you guys. We're just we're gonna keep on grinding and keep on rolling. We got some fun stuff in the works coming up, so we'll keep you posted on that. But for now, just go watch Kill Taylor tomorrow morning, and then Taylor's coming on with us in the afternoon.
And Sprague
shit. What? Oh yeah, Sprague is gonna. He better.
Here's the thing. They were like calling him out, and I know a little bit about Sprague. If it's not, he's like he's really fun and stuff, but he's very specific about his training. So I was surprised that he was going to do it, but once it gets up to a certain amount, people start doing it. I think it's going to depend on what the other movement is, because they made it seem like it was just, they're like, it's just a pool, no equipment. I don't think they explained to him that there's another movement, and it's going to be something that.
Yeah, it's a couplet, or is it triplet?
It's a couplet, right? Yeah.
Oh, listen, I
want to see it. I want to
love
see
Sprague too. I hope he does it. I hope he gets in that line. It's going to be awesome. And then,
but people have been saying that though. They think that the more money that this accumulates, then the more people are actually going to go out and do it.
I do follow Grant. Your turn, Jeff.
All right.
6'8". You better go do it right now.
Just go remind me, because I will forget.
I'll remind you. It's Papa Birch. You better follow Papa Birch.
Right.
Fair
enough.
I like the new James Spriegel version of Sprague.
Spriegel.
That was funny. All right, dude. I appreciate you so much. This was awesome, and we'll catch you soon. I'll see you. I'll see you in the DMs.
That's right.
Bye, Grant.
Bye. Thanks, guys.
Oh, it was fun.
It was awesome.
Oops, wrong one. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see you guys tomorrow. Big day tomorrow. We're gonna watch Kill Taylor, and then we're gonna come on with Taylor afterwards and talk a bunch of shit. So
Yeah, get ready. Come
hope we
with
see
all
you
the
guys.
questions, come with all the stuff. And
yeah, ask him anything. It'll be a live call in with Taylor. So yeah, call him if you want to
Yeah.
call him.
Yep.
We're
And so
gonna-
we tried this as our new number. So it did work. So if you
Yep.
guys want to call in and talk to Taylor,
Talk to Taylor.
talk to Taylor, ask him questions, and
You can yell him at about Sprague or about
can.
the shooter on the roof, whatever you want to do. It's all
whatever
good.
you want
It's
to
gonna
talk
be a good
about,
time.
we'll
So,
definitely be there. So thank you guys again so much for
Yeah.
all the support. Just
Appreciate
being here,
everything.
and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye, guys.
Clinton, thanks.